Over the river and through the wood, the most famous Thanksgiving Day poem. We still sing it today, even though it was written over 165 years ago. But what do we know about the author of this famous poem? She was born in 1802 in Medford, Massachusetts. She was educated more than most women of her day, and her name was Lydia Maria Francis. By the time she was age 22, she had written her first novel about the life of Native Americans called Hobomok. And 2 years later, she founded a bi-monthly magazine for children called Juvenile Miscellany. She married David Child and became Lydia Maria Child. She helped her husband publish the Massachusetts Journal, which promoted the freeing of slaves. She also published an advice book for women called The Frugal Housewife, which gave tips on how to take care of your house, just like Martha Stewart. And she always was writing books and anti-slavery pamphlets.
Three major things that she was involved in. One, obviously the one she's best known for, is abolitionism. The second was trying to have Native Americans be treated decently in their land and to have an opportunity to integrate into the mainstream of American society. And then third, and this was something that she was more ambivalent about, to have women have economic, political, socio-cultural rights, and particularly as she got later in her life. The key underlying all of these is her belief that people should be judged as individuals, not as members of groups or of classes, as she put it. That whenever you make a choice about how to treat somebody, it should be in relation to who that individual is.
Oh, I'm impressed because she was a woman way ahead of her time. She was, from the children's literature point of view, the only thing I think you would remember her for is the founding of the Juvenile Miscellany, which was the first American children's magazine. So the fact that she was the editor of a newspaper in New York at a time when women didn't even have jobs, and that she wrote letters to anybody. She wrote to the president, she wrote to the governor, she was friends with everybody. She was very influential, and for her, a poor woman, she never had much money. She didn't have much support from anybody. Her husband didn't help her a great deal. To achieve as much as she achieved in her life showed a character of extreme strength and beliefs that carried her forward that were so strong that you could.
In 1844, she wrote the poem that is most famous, A Boy's Thanksgiving Day, which we know as Over the River and Through the Wood. In 1852, she moved to Wayland, where she lived until her death. You can still see her house, where she used to live. You can go to the church, where she used to worship. And you can visit the cemetery, where she is buried. You can also go to Medford and see the grandfather's house, and go over the Mystic River like she did so many years ago. Lydia would be very surprised and proud that her poem is still sung today.
Over upset.